Hi, this is Chef Veronica. There's a story in The Nation that talks about the top cop in Barbados probing a matter where an attorney was in District E police station having consultations with a client, and a phone that was taped underneath a desk fell to the ground, and they are like all up in arms. Now, let me say that I'm not going to recognize King's Counsel for anyone in Barbados. I think that that's a traitorous position to take. Very traitorous to go back to your enslavers to take their titles. So Michael Lashley is in your news. Andrew Pilgrim is in your news. And they are talking about they need sterile rooms to go to or to go into when they're are at the police station, because they're saying that when they go into rooms in the police station that it has file cabinets and desks, and it's cluttered, and they need the rooms to be sterile. That should have been from the get-go. But what Maria Bradshaw did not say when she did this whole interview and this whole article was, it's client attorney conversations are confidential. They're confidential. It's not anything that can be used by the prosecutor for the court case. Anything that these people, when they go in, any attorney or any paralegal, when they go in to speak to a client, whatever discussions are had are confidential. And if the prosecutor is using anything that is said during that time, the attorney should know. They should know, and it hasn't come up before. You don't really need a phone dropping from underneath a desk to know if a prosecutor is using confidential information as part of his case. You don't need a phone to drop from a desk to know that. Okay? So attorney-client conversations are confidential. It's not something that can be used against them. They have their attorney there, and that's why they say don't say anything unless your attorney is present. So unless this is different in Barbados, and I think you should let the people know, because anyone that is don't have the legalese, don't have any legal background, they will be scared if something happens to them. And even if the attorney comes to talk to them, they'll be scared to speak, because they're thinking that, they're going to use this against me in court. If I tell you something, they could use it against me in court. When you do something, you need to make it clear that when the attorney speaks to a client in a police station, anything that is said between the attorney and his client is confidential and cannot be used as part of the case for the prosecution, because it's confidential. I can't say enough. It's confidential. So that is something that should have been part of this article. It should have been part of this article, because it's left open-ended that anyone reading it would think, I can't say anything. Not even, when my attorney comes to speak to me, I can't say anything. That's not the case. That's not the case. And like I said, if the prosecutor has something in the room and is taping it, the attorney would know, because you didn't talk to the officers, you didn't give no confession. You will know by what people know by what is said and what is being done and what has happened, whether something was recorded, whether they usurped information from somewhere that they shouldn't have. This kind of stuff is known. No phone had to drop from no desk for this to be exposed. The prosecutor cannot use any information you give to your attorney against you when you go to court. Barbados is a third world country. Who knows what happens there? But it should not, and it should be explained. Okay, I'm bringing it up because it should be explained. Is this something that can happen in Barbados? I don't think it can. Nowhere in the world can it happen. But this should be explained, and you just can't have it like, a phone dropped and I'm afraid to talk and the rooms need to be sterile, and leaving that kind of like scare. You're scaring people. Let them know that when their attorneys come or attorney come to see them, when they are in consultation with their attorney and they are in the police station, whatever is said between them and the attorney or attorneys is confidential. This is Veronica.